Ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing to you our first communication module with advanced technology packed in a single module called Numeral IoT Infinity Engine.
Wapi makofi.
This is not just a communication module, but it's a fully computer with integrated into a single module. So I'll break it down, and I will invite one of the key guys that has been working with me through when we conceptualized the idea of developing our own advanced communication module, Mr. Baraka, who is the head of our R&D team. Karibu sana. We'll just have like an interactive session with him. So there are several important things when you're building an IoT device or the components of IoT devices. You have the communication module that is in charge, it is in charge of managing the network, sending the information to the network. Then you have the processor. So with the processor, that is where you put all your code, that is where you'll manage all the functions for your device to work. And then depending on what you want to achieve, let's say if your device needs an LCD, you'll have to build an LCD driver for you to be able to drive that LCD. Let's say if your device needs an audio, then you'll have to build an audio drivers or an audio circuit for you to process audio. If your device needs a camera, then it even becomes much complicated because you have to introduce a microchip into your design, whereby that microchip is able to process the camera. We'll leave at them.
Hello guys, my name is Michael Baraka. I'm the HOD Research and Development at Numeral IoT. So I think Morris amepeana so many stories about the past and all that. I'm here to talk about the technicalities of the Infinity Engine. So as he said, I remember when we pitched this idea to our management team, the finance team, to be precise, tuliwapelekea this idea, and they were like, walifungua hiyo form and everything, wakaona the cost implication that is going to come with this development. And they almost hit us. Mr. Dennis is here to confirm this. It was a challenge at first, but when we convinced them, they took the idea and put the resources that made it possible for us to come up with this Infinity Engine. So basically, this is a communication module, 4G communication module, that runs on all our devices right now. We have a range of devices, including the Dri-Fi, which I think we'll have a presentation later, the transit tag, which is the reason why we are here today, and some other devices. So basically, we've been able to create an ecosystem of devices that are communicating with one another through the internet. As we know, 4G is a very fast communication pillar of all the IoT devices. So Infinity Engine infused with 4G LTE means that all the devices built around the Infinity Engine are able to communicate or process data real time, yeah? And then we have another feature that I think we will talk more about with Mr. Morris, the RTOS operating system, which is real-time operating system. So Mr. Morris, tell us why this RTOS is very important in IoT devices right now.
Yeah, just to pick from where Baraka has mentioned, so the most, I would say the first, because it's a communication module, that means it has to communicate. So with the previous modules that we had or we developed, it was purely on 2G. So this is 4G Cat 4. That means it has the capability of communicating up to 150 Mbps. That means when you're building your product, let's say you have a product that you want to stream videos. You have a product that you have has something to do with large bandwidth like games, streaming audio. This is able to handle that because of the bandwidth that the module has. So that's the most important thing. Secondly, it runs real-time operating system. It runs Linux and also Android. That means now you have a device, because things change very fast. And the way many of these IoT devices have been developed is there is very limited amount of resources that you need to play around with, or in terms of, let's say you have new features that you want to update on the device. Usually, sometimes it's not even possible. Now with this, that IoT device basically becomes like your phone. So you're able to write an application. Remember, when you buy your phone, it's brand new, you don't have apps. But now with this technology, an IoT device basically becomes like a mobile phone or a computer that is in your car or is in your home, whereby ideas will come, developers will plug in, develop application, and then we are able to push this application into any of our IoT products. And then suddenly you will wake up now and you find out that your device that you have has new features. So that is what the operating system, which is Linux, RTOS, and Android, is able to do for us. Then we have a lot of inputs and outputs. So why inputs and outputs? So for those who are not engineers, again, when you're building a product, you have input and output. So let's say you have a screen, you have a microphone. Microphone is an input. Now previously you had to again build these devices using other components for you to achieve that. Now with the Infinity Engine, it's already inbuilt. So that means if you want to build a product, there's nothing else that you're adding into that particular module. All the important building blocks of what you want to do are already inside the engine. This product has Wi-Fi because it runs Linux. So there's something called OpenWRT, which will demonstrate the next product that we have achieved. We'll show you the size of the product so that you can internalize and understand how powerful this technology is. And apart from what I've mentioned, we have onboard storage memory. We have, of course, Cat4, Bluetooth. I've mentioned Wi-Fi. We have audio drivers. We have HDMI, and many other components that are already pre-built into the device.